my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's makeup video is going to be this soft, girly, feminine makeup look. This is a full glam. I love it, love it, love it. I'm not going to make this intro too long, so if you guys are interested in seeing how I got to this makeup look, keep on watching. Also, don't forget to like this video. Go ahead and like it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next clip. I'm starting off with my eyebrows already done. I will have the link to my eyebrow tutorial on the screen here and also in my description box. But the first thing I like to do is take my Louise base in the shade Rumour 5, and I use that along with this flat brush from Alter Ego. I take the Louise base and tweeze some on my eyelid, then I take the flat brush and spread out that base. I do prefer using the Louise base than just a regular concealer because the Louise base really helps my eyeshadow colors pop more. It also makes the eyeshadow colors last longer all day. Using my Morphe E30 concealer brush to blend out to the base. I'm doing this just to get rid of, harsh lines. The first palette I'm going to be using today is the 3503 Fierce by Nature Morphe eyeshadow palette. The first shade I'm using is this beige shade. I'm applying that to my crease area, so right underneath my brows. So as you guys can see, this color came up pink, but in the palette is like this beige color. I'm just using the shade for a transition color, so I'm not too worried about it. The next shade I'm going to be using is this reddish brown shade. I'm using that and I'm applying that shade to my outer corners just to really deepen the crease up. Then I'm taking a smaller eyeshadow brush, this one's from Real Techniques, and I'm dragging that dark shade across my eyelids, but I'm also leaving room in the middle. And then I just keep repeating those steps until I get the look that I want. Next thing I'm going to do is take that flat brush that I used in the very beginning to spread out that Louise base, and I'm going to use that to create a half crease. I'm not adding any more of that base to the brush, so whatever is left on the brush, that's what I'm going to use to create my half crease. And when I get to the other side, I just flip the brush over and use the remaining base on the other side. I like to create my half creases, well, cut creases in general like this because I always end up adding too much concealer or too much of that Louise base, and it always makes my eyeshadows look blotchy. I mean, I think it's just because I don't let them dry down all the way. I don't have patience, so this is just the easier alternative for me. The main palette I'm going to be using to really, bring this eyeshadow look together is from Alter Ego. This is their Blooms palette. I am using this soft pink in the shade Peony, and I'm taking a flat brush from Real Techniques to apply that eyeshadow color on. I really loved how well this shade came up, how it looked on my skin tone. It's like the perfect shade of soft pink. I loved it, y'all. I have a few palettes from Alter Ego, and I will say that they have really good eyeshadow palettes and they're very affordable. The Blooms palette is only $16. I also have a discount code, so I'm going to leave all of that in my description box if you guys are interested in trying out their palettes. But I do love how affordable their palettes are, how smooth their eyeshadow colors go on, and their colors look good on my dark skin, so I am a big fan of their eyeshadow palettes. So when it comes to the main color I'm using for my eyes, I like to just pack that color on until I get the desired look that I'm going for. Then I go in with an eyeshadow brush and I'm blending out all of the colors together, just making sure I don't mess up that really nice pink shade that I just applied. These colors were super easy to work with, you guys. I had no issues blending out these colors together, and I will say one of the reasons is because I use that P. Louise base. I'm not a pro when it comes to my eyeshadow, but this P. Louise base literally helps me so much. The next thing I'm doing is taking my liquid eyeliner pencil from Huda Beauty. It's actually double-sided, so on one side it's like a pencil, and then on the other side you have the liquid liner. This is the blackest eyeliner I've ever used in my life, y'all. This eyeliner is so dark. I'm so glad I decided to purchase this eyeliner. It's just really dark and pigmented. I'm just taking that to draw a very skinny line so that, of course, when I apply my lashes, everything just blends in together. I'm using some mascara to prep my lashes for the false lashes, and the false lashes I'm going to be using is the Tatti Lashes in the style TL6. These are one of my faves, y'all. I love Tatti Lashes, but TL6, it just hits different for me. It always just flatters my eye shape. So now we're moving on to my face. I'm just taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder with my Real Technique sponge. I'm putting that all over my face so that I don't have super oily skin throughout the day. My skin does not get as oily as it used to, and I think it's because I use a moisturizer in the morning and also at night. So at one point I was only using a moisturizer at night and not in the morning, and I think that's just really made my skin more oily. I'm just taking that Real Technique sponge, just packing that Laura Mercier translucent powder all over my face. The foundation I'm using today is by Oma Beauty in the shade Black Pearl T1N. I'm just taking my foundation brush to blend it all out. When I get close to my hairline, my frontal, I take my Real Technique sponge to blend out the foundation. To conceal my face, I'm using one of my OG concealers, the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso. It's running out, so it took me a little minute to apply this concealer, but I'm just placing that on my cheeks, on my forehead, underneath my nose, and on my chin. For contour, I'm using my Fenty Beauty matchstick in the shade Ebony, and I'm just contouring my cheekbones. I'm also going to put a little bit underneath my chin. Then I'm taking that LA Girl Pro Concealer again, and I'm putting that right underneath that contour line to really enhance it. I'm blending out everything with my Real Technique sponge. And I'm using my Morphe E30 concealer brush again to blend out the sides of my nose. To highlight my face, I'm using my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon, and I'm placing that concealer in the same spots that I placed the other concealer. The only thing that I'm doing differently is I'm dragging that concealer up a little bit, so just where my outer corners are, to clean up my eyeshadow and also to give me an instant eye lift. I like the shade of this concealer, I just wish it had more coverage. Blending out this concealer, the coverage is very light, and y'all know I love me some full, thick coverage concealer. Then I'm taking a smaller Morphe brush to blend out my contour lines. To set my concealer, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade Deep. I'm using that with a smaller brush. This brush is from Morphe. I'm just putting that powder in the places that I placed that concealer. To set my foundation, I'm using my MAC Studio Fix foundation, the shade NW58. I'm also putting that on top of that contour line just to kind of soften it out a little bit. Then I'm taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder again in the shade Medium Deep, and I'm putting that right underneath that contour line just to really snatch my cheeks, snatch my face, just make everything go together. To contour my nose, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami, along with this angled brush from Alter Ego. And I'm just creating a very soft, straight line going down my nose. Then I'm taking a fluffy brush from Morphe to blend out that contour line even more. Then the next thing I'm going to do is take my setting powder and create a very straight line. I normally do my makeup in the bathroom, so when I created this quote-unquote straight line, it was a little slanted, but I was able to fix that. We do not want no crooked nose contour. So I'm just taking that fluffy brush again and I'm blending out that setting powder in the middle of my nose. I'm taking more setting powder to put on the sides of my nose just to really define that contour line, and then I just blend it out. Using my bronzer again by Fenty Beauty in the shade Mocha Mami to bronze up my face. I don't think I would ever stop using this bronzer, y'all. This is definitely a staple. I've been using this bronzer since it came out. I just love how it looks on my skin. It just really gives me the right amount of warmth to my skin. So I'm going back to underneath my eyes. I'm applying that hot pink shade from my Blooms palette. Just applying a little bit of that underneath my eyes. Then to highlight my inner corners, I'm using the shade Lily just to give my eyes that finished touch. I'm just touching up my eyeliner, making sure it's straight since I applied those lashes. Just making sure everything is perfect. Then I'm just going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. The blush I'm using is from NARS. This is in the shade Taj Mahal. I use that to highlight my brow bone, also highlight my nose bridge, and my cheeks. Moving on to my lips, I'm using my NYX lip pencil in the shade Espresso along with my LA Girl Precision eyeliner pencil in the shade Dark Brown. So first I'm going to go in with the NYX lip pencil in the shade Espresso to line my lips. Then I'm going to go back in with the LA Girl Precision eyeliner pencil in the shade Dark Brown. Next I'm taking my Oma Beauty lipstick in the shade Eartha and I'm putting that on my lips. Then I like to take my Fenty Beauty Pro Kisser gloss in the shade Latte Lips and I just put that on top of my lips just to create the perfect shade of nude. Going back into my NARS blush in the shade Taj Mahal, I'm just putting that on my cheeks to warm them up some more. And then I'm taking my setting spray by Urban Decay and I'm spraying down my face, getting rid of that ghostly appearance. I do my makeup pretty scattered, as you guys can see. I don't necessarily go in order. I always just go back to certain things like my eyes, my cheeks, just all over the place. So hopefully you guys got the gist of this video. So y'all, this is the finished look. Let me know what y'all think. I love it. I just like it, y'all. I like it. It's cute. 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 Very flirty, girly, feminine, soft. So that completes the makeup look. Y'all don't forget to like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, turn on those post notifications if you haven't already. Okay? And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.